You are not struggling with money because of the economy. You are struggling because your friends make it comfortable to be broke. When your social circle treats scarcity like a shared personality trait, your brain prioritizes belonging over building wealth. It is time to stop mirroring habits that keep you in survival mode. Look, we have all been told the classic line. You are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. It's a nice, clean quote you see on motivational social media pages, but it's wrong. It is too passive. It implies that your friends are just standing around you like cardboard cutouts, and their habits are gently drifting into your lives through osmosis. The reality is much more violent. Your social circle is actively sculpting your financial ceiling through a psychological phenomenon known as a behavioral mirroring. Human beings are hardwired to survive, and for hundreds of thousands of years, survival meant one thing: don't get kicked out of the tribe. If the tribe is hunting mammals, you hunt mammals. If the tribe is sitting around the fire complaining about a lack of mammals, you sit and complain. Because if you stand up and say, "Hey, I'm going to build a weapon to catch 10 times more food," you threaten the collective ego of the group. You risk being cast out. Today, your tribe is not hunting mammals. Your tribe is sitting in group chats, complaining about inflation, paying $15 of iced coffee they can't afford, and laughing off credit card debt as a generational rite of passage. Welcome to Survival Mode Trap. We are going to break down exactly how your environment is keeping you poor, how to run a brutal audit on your inputs, and how to stop paying the hidden tax of low-sailing relationships. We have to start with the invisible environment. In the past, your social circle was limited to the people on your street, your school, or your workplace. Today, your primary environment lives in your pocket. If you want to understand why your bank account has not grown, we need to look at what I call the digital influence audit. Think about it. The algorithms of today are not passive search engines. They are hyper-optimized feedback loops designed to feed you content that validates your current emotional states. If you are stressed about money, the algorithm will serve you content of other people who are stressed about money, because communal misery drives high engagement. You comment relatable, you share it to your group chat, and the loops locks you in. You need to look at your inputs across 3 distinct categories. First, the misery loves company feed. Look at your group chats. If the primary currency of connection in your friend group is shared trauma, financial complaints, or laughing at your inability to get ahead, you are consuming psychological poison. Every time a friend texts, "We are never going to own a house anyway, let's just go to brunch," your brain records that as a permission slip to give up. It lowers your stress levels in the short term because you feel normal, but it kills your leverage in the long term. Second, passive scarcity versus active abundance. Look at your feeds on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram. Are you consuming content that teaches you how to negotiate, how to build assets, how to master high-value skills? Or are you consuming content that validates your victimhood? If your feed is filled with people telling you the system is rigged and there is no point in trying, your brain adapts to that reality. It stops looking for asymmetric opportunities because it believes they don't exist. Third, the dopamine hijack. Notice how your friends spend their attention. Do they text you about new business models, a profound book they are read, or a new skill they are mastering? Or do they text you about celebrity drama, sports scores, and consumer products they want to buy? To fix this, you have to execute an aggressive digital reset. You need to mute the group chats that drains you. You need to relentlessly click "not interested" on every piece of content that treats financial mediocrity as an unchangeable law of nature. You need to replace those inputs with high signal, low noise data, industry white papers, technical tutorials, and long-form breakdowns of people who have actually built something. Your mind cannot generate abundance if it is constantly being fed a diet of digital crumbs and collective despair. This brings us to a hard, painful truth that most people refuse to face. There is a massive fundamental difference between supportive friends who want you happy and strategic mentors who want you wealthy. Let's define a supportive friend. These are the people you grew up with. They love you, they want you to be safe, comfortable, and free from pain. If you lose your job, they will buy you a drink and tell you your boss was an idiot. If you fail at a business venture, they will say, "Hey, At least you tried, man. It's tough market out there. Come watch the game. They offer you unconditional emotional validation, and while that feels incredibly warm, it is financially lethal. Why? Because unconditional validation removes the friction required for growth. If your friends always tell you that you are doing great, even when you are underperforming your true potential, you will never change. They want you happy right now, in the present moment, and the easiest way to be happy right now is to lower your standards, accept your current reality, and stop pushing. Now, let us look at a strategic mentor. A strategic mentor does not care about your short-term comfort. They care about your long-term capability. If you tell a strategic mentor that you failed at a business venture, they are not going to buy you a drink and pity you. They are going to pull out a whiteboard and say, why did your client acquisition cost exceed your lifetime value? Show me your landing page metrics. Where did your sales funnel break down? They don't offer empathy, they offer diagnosis. They don't want you to feel good about your failure. They want you to extract the data from your failure so you can win next time. Supportive friends validate your excuses. Strategic mentors validate your execution. Ask yourself right now, when was the last time someone in your immediate circle challenged your logic? When was the last time a friend looked you in the eye and said, your business idea is not working because your work ethic is sloppy and your offer sucks? If the answer is never, you are living in an echo chamber of polite stagnation. You need people in your life who make you feel slightly uncomfortable because of how fast they are moving. You need to be the poorest person in the room at least once a week. If you are in the smartest, most ambitious, or most financially successful person in your circle, you are not in a friend group. You are running a cult of mediocrity where you get to feel superior while your net worth plummets. Let us talk numbers. Because keeping up with a broke or consumer-minded social circle is not just a psychological drain, it is a literal quantifiable tax on your future wealth. Most people think the cost of hanging out with their friends is just the price of the dinner bill or the concert ticket. They look at their bank account and think, oh, it's just $100 for Friday night, I can afford that. No, you can't. Let's break down the real math of social obligations that provide zero return on your future self. It breaks down into capital, time, and cognitive load. First, you have the direct capital drain. This is the money you spend purely to maintain social alignment. The birthday dinners at restaurants you would not normally go to. The group trips that require you to dip into your saving. The casual weekend outing. If you spend just $150 a week maintaining social obligations, that is $600 a month. Over a year, that is $7,200 of post-tax income. If you took that same money and invested it into a high-yield asset or used it to fund your own business infrastructure, buying a better computer, running targets advertisements, hiring a virtual assistant, that symmetric return could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But instead, you traded that leverage for a few hours of superficial connection. Second, you have the time opportunity costs. Let's say you spend 10 hours a week hanging out, chatting on a phone, or engaging in low-value banter with your circle. 10 hours a week is 520 hours a year. To put that into perspective, it takes roughly 100 to 200 hours of focused deep work to acquire a highly profitable monetization-ready skill like data architecture, direct response copywriting, or advanced media buying. By spending those 520 hours floating in causal social dynamics, you are literally choosing to forego 2 or 3 high-income skills every single year. You are trading mastery for companionship. But the heaviest tax is the one you can see on a spreadsheet, the cognitive load. Your brain has a finite amount of processing power every day. It is called decision fatigue. If your mental energy is spent managing the emotional drama of your friend group, listening to who is upset at their boss, or debating in a group chat, you are burning valuable cognitive fuel. When you sit down at night to work on your business or study a complex topic, your brain is already exhausted. It has nothing left. You have given your best, highest quality cognitive energy to people who are not building anything, leaving the scraps for your own dreams. This is the hidden tax. It drains your capital, burns your time. and fractures your focus. It forces you to stay in survival mode because you are constantly spending your resources to maintain your position in the tribe rather than using those resources to build a fortress that frees you from the tribe. Exiting the survival mode trap does not mean you have to call your childhood friends right now and tell them they are losers. It does not mean you become a cold, heartless recluse who only talks to people with a specific net worth. It means you set boundaries on your energy and intention for your environment. It means the next time an invitation comes up that drains your capital and offers no growth, you comfortably say, I can't make it. I am working on something right now. It means you stop participating in the ritual of collective complaining. When the topic shifts to how hard things are, you become silent or you redirect the conversation toward solutions. It means you actively seek out friction. You look for communities, mastermind groups, or mentors who don't care about protecting your feelings but care deeply about expanding your reality. You pay for access if you have to because paying a mentor for their time is infinitely cheaper than paying the hidden tax of keeping up with people who want to stay broke. Your life is a direct reflection of what you to tolerate in your immediate environment. If you tolerate scarcity, if you validate comfort over progress, you will remain trapped in survival mode forever. Stop letting your friends keep you poor. Audit your impulse, protect your time, build your wealth.